Sintra. Now located about 30 minutes outside of Lisbon, Sintra in the region is the Pena Palace. It's this colorful castle that sits on top of the Sintra Mountains. Originally a monastery was built here in the 15th century, but lightning and earthquakes left the monastery in 1854. Today it stands as one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. Now right next to the Pena Palace are the castles of the Moors. It's a stunningly well-preserved medieval castle that was built all the way back in the 9th centuries. If you visit, you can walk the castle walls and get a little taste of what it must have felt like to live in Portugal during medieval times. Another historical nearby place is Quinta da Regaleira. It's home to the inverted tower, which has a fascinating history regarding the initiation ceremony for Templar Knights. Now from Sintra, Lisbon. Being one of the oldest cities in the world, Lisbon is Europe's second oldest capital city after Athens. I mean, there's just so much culture and history in this city. You can check out the Sanctuary of Christ the King Monument. It reminds me of a mixture of Rio de Janeiro and San Francisco's bridge. The Commerce Square is another beautiful spot to explore. One of the coolest parks in Lisbon is the Parque Eduardo VII. It's full of beautifully designed hedges and just a great place to enjoy the afternoon or evening. The Belém Tower is also an important monument that served as a point of embarkation for Portuguese explorers. Lisbon is such a historic city, and I have to say it's one of the most beautiful capitals in all of Europe. Óbidos. Located about an hour's drive from Lisbon in central Portugal, Óbidos is a romantic medieval town protected by an impressive stone wall. Around the year 713, the Moors established a fortification here, and in 1148, the King of Portugal reclaimed the land after successful storming of the Moorish castle. In the 13th century, the king gifted Óbidos to his queen, and for the following centuries, the village received special treatment from the queens of Portugal, who remodeled and enriched the village throughout the Middle Ages. Today, Óbidos is one of Portugal's most well-preserved medieval cities. The Óbidos Castle is one of the crowning features. It dates back to the 9th century, and now it's a hotel. Óbidos is just such a beautiful medieval town, and I hope y'all can witness it one day. Now from Óbidos, we're gonna make the 1-hour drive to Tomar. Tomar is an idyllic Portuguese city full of history. It's also known as the last town commissioned for construction by the Templar Knights. Now the crowning feature of the city is the Convent of Christ, and it's this massive monastery and castle surrounded by medieval walls. It was completed in the 12th century by the Templar Knights. Now the monastery was integral for defending the Christian kingdom against the Moors. I'm just blown away by how big it is. The stone wall that surrounds the castle must have took ages to construct. Another fascinating medieval place to visit is the Castle Alegria, located about 50-minute drive from Tomar. Constructed in the 12th century, this castle was built to create a line of defense against the Arabs. Throughout the years, the castle started to lose its military importance, and it was damaged extensively by French invasions. Today, the castle has been restored, and I just love how it's integrated with the city. I mean, there's just houses all around it. It'd be pretty cool to live next to a castle, if you ask me. After exploring the Castle Alegria, we're going to head 2 hours up the coast to the beautiful city of Porto. Now located in the coast of northern Portugal, Porto is the second largest city in the country after Lisbon. It's one of the oldest European centers as it developed as an important commercial port during Roman times. Today it's one of Europe's most vibrant cities. I just love how colorful all the buildings and roofs are. The Louis I Bridge is one of the most recognizable features as it spans across the river. Now while we're still in the river, I recommend taking a boat ride or car up the Douro Valley to witness some of the bends that line the powerful Douro River. I mean, what a beautiful spot, especially if you're into drinking wine. Alright, after exploring Porto and the Douro Valley, we're going to head back to the coast to visit possibly the most gnarly piece of coastline in the world, Nazaré. Now, located just a 90-minute drive from Lisbon, Nazaré is a historical coastal town that is famous for being home to the biggest surfable waves on the planet. Every winter season, the waves can reach over 100 feet high. Now, the best place to see the waves is the 16th century fort of St. Michael the Archangel. It's located right on the cliff. I'm surprised it hasn't collapsed into the ocean after being battered by wave after wave for so many centuries. Alright, well that is it for my Portugal top 10. Let me know where your favorite place in Portugal is in the comments. Now from Sintra, you can make the 30-minute drive down to the coast. The coastline here is some of the most picturesque in all of Europe. It's full of jagged cliffs, incredible beaches, and picturesque lighthouses. Now one of my favorites is the lighthouse of Cape Roca. It offers an incredible view of the Atlantic Ocean. Now regarding beaches, I have to say one of the most scenic is Ursa Beach. It's right next to Cape Roca, and there's this really uniquely shaped pointy rocks that remind me of a wizard's hat. I mean, what a stunning coastline. Another really beautiful place right up the coast is Azenas do Mar. It's a stunning town built right against the coastal cliffs. I mean, it would be so cool to live there. Head over to the archipelago of the Azores. Located right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the Azores are a group of 9 islands like none other. They remind me of a hybrid between New Zealand and Hawaii, with its rolling pastures and green scenery. The largest island on the Azores is São Miguel. One of the most stunning places on the island is Lago das Sete Ciudades. Hope I said that right. It's a twin lake situated in the crater of a volcano. One lake is green while the other is blue. The nearby Santiago Lake is also an incredibly unique place. The highest point in the Azores and all of Portugal is the massive Mount Pico. The stratovolcano is over 7,713 feet high and last erupted in 1720. From the dramatic coastline to the crater lakes, the Azores just have so many places to see. After the Azores, we're going to head back to the mainland to visit the region of Algarve. Now, the Algarve region is the southernmost part of Portugal. It's famous for its good weather, high standard of living, and incredible coastline. One of the most beautiful towns in Algarve is Lagos. It's this ancient maritime town with more than 2,000 years of history. What I love about Lagos is it's located right next to some of the best beaches. The coast is home to uniquely shaped sea cliffs filled with hidden beaches and sea caves. I would just love to swim to one of those hidden beaches and spend all day there. One intriguing place is Ponte da Piedade. It's full of countless grottos and sea arches to explore. And this summer, I just want to explore the Algarve coast so bad, and there's just so many hidden gems to find. After Sintra and the coast, we're going to head out to the Atlantic Ocean to visit the island of Madeira. Located off the northwestern coast of Africa, Madeira is a volcanic archipelago of 4 islands. I feel like you're soaring over the island. I'll link it in the description below. Now, the island was claimed by Portugal in 1419. Madeira is known for its ideal climate and stunning coastline. I have to say that one of my favorite parts of Madeira is its mountains. They are so jagged and have a stunningly colorful combination. Alice shows off the ridges from a completely new perspective with his incredible piloting skills. I mean, it's just unbelievable. If you want to visit the mountains, you can go to Pico do Arriero. It's just a 30-minute drive from Funchal. You'll be able to hike around and get stunning 360 views of the whole island. Now, the weather on top can be quite unpredictable. You might get lucky and be right above the clouds. If you're not in the mountains, the coastline offers just as much beauty. A lot of the beaches are dwarfed over by massive cliffs. I mean, it's just hard to believe that places like this actually exist. Madeira is just such a unique island, and I hope you all can visit one day. While we're still in the Atlantic Ocean, we're gonna head later.